In fact, we know that Jehovah not only created all things, but he created this marriage arrangement in the first place. In fact, let's open our Bibles to Genesis chapter 2. We're going to consider verse 18. We're going to look at the circumstances that led up to Jehovah implementing the marriage arrangement. That's Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18. It says, "And Jehovah God went on to say, it is not good for the man to continue by himself. I am going to make a helper for him as a complement of him." Now this is an interesting verse because we all know that Jehovah God created Adam perfect. When he put him in the Garden of Eden, he was a perfect man in every way. And yet, as Jehovah looked down at Adam, he says, I can make him even better. And what did he do? He created a helper, a complement. And that's what Candise is for you. She's a complement. And when you think about that word complement, the original language word that translates in English, complement, means counterpart. And counterpart is a duplicate, an equal, an intellectual equal. You'll be able to have conversations, stimulating, building conversations. You'll be able to discuss plans and establish goals together as a couple. The English dictionary defines complement as a thing that completes or brings to perfection. And that's interesting because Stanton at one time, a few months ago, I asked him, when did you know that Candise was the right one? And you probably don't remember what you said to me, but you just said, she is absolutely perfect for me. That was your words. So you felt that she was a way of completing you and making you feel whole. If we go back to Genesis chapter 2, let's notice verses 21 and 22, how Jehovah actually carried out that first marriage arrangement. It says there, "Hence Jehovah God had a deep sleep fall upon the man, and while he was sleeping, he took one of his ribs, and then closed up the flesh over its place. And Jehovah God proceeded to build the rib that he had taken from the man into a woman, and to bring her into the man." So we see Jehovah created Eve, and then, in essence, performed the very first wedding ceremony by bringing her to Adam. Now, was this to be a temporary thing, or was this to be something more permanent? Notice verse 24. It says, "That is why a man will leave his father and his mother, and he must stick to his wife, and they must become one flesh." The two things stand out there. You would stick together. That denotes permanence, a bond, something strong, doesn't it? And then it took it a step further by saying that you would become one flesh. You're no longer two individuals. You're